Hello and welcome to Teachings in Education, the Feynman technique. To be able to explain something is to be able to understand something. First, let's give credit to the Nobel Prize physicist Richard Feynman. We begin with the question of why should we use this technique? Richard Feynman was a theoretical physicist that taught the most difficult concepts, including quantum mechanics. So, he designed a learning technique to help his students fully understand the most difficult topics. He was ultimately able to take the most complex topics and break them down into simpler forms. Feynman had the epiphany that individuals only fully understand a topic when they were able to explain that topic in the simplest terms with everyday words. In trying to explain something, you recognize the gaps in understanding. The college students that learned and used his technique earned higher scores on average. Many teachers today are incorporating this method into their instruction. Now let's explain how to use this technique. Step 1. First, assign your students a specific topic of study. Have your students take out a piece of paper or write in their notebooks. Then, students will write the topic on the paper. Step 2. Students are asked to explain the topic to themselves in the simplest form. When explaining the topic, students will activate prior knowledge, formulate ideas, organize information, and most importantly, they will get stuck during the process and not be able to fully explain it. Step 3. Now, when students get stuck trying to explain, they go back to their book, notebook, textbook. Students can use textbooks to deepen their understandings. Allow them to ask the teacher and other students questions. They can even use the internet. And now the last step, step 4. This is a bit of variation, but have students explain the topic to the classroom and their peers. They first have to be able to explain it to themselves. You could have students explain it in writing too if you like. Next, I'll get into a specific classroom example and what it actually looks like. Now, seeing as Feynman was a physicist, we'll take a topic made famous by Albert Einstein. Let's say you assign your students the theory of relativity. Students first take out their notebooks. You may give a lecture beforehand. Then the topic is written on the top of their notebook as such. Write in theory of relativity. Next, students can write the most basic information that they already know. For example, maybe they already know that E stands for energy. Your students can maybe even work through an example of a problem. Students should work through the problem until they get lost during a particular step. Then students should research more information when they get lost. They need to go back and actually look up and read up on that which they do not know. One of the main points of this technique is to replace complex words and replace them with simpler words that can be easily understood by everyone. If you originally wrote the word nuclear fission, you can replace it with an easily understood definition. Atoms are being pulled apart. These examples are my personal variations and takes on the Feynman technique. You are welcome to use this technique however you see fit. Right now, I want to say thank you for your time and subscribe to this channel.